Hello, this video introduces the stylish TRITON T80Z Fast Fit electric shower, the latest evolution of the iconic T80 shower. If you've ever struggled to replace an electric shower due to pipe and cable positions, then the T80Z Fast Fit is the shower for you. As the name suggests, it's been designed for a quick, hassle-free installation every time. The TRITON T80Z Fast Fit has multiple entry positions and connections for both pipe and cable. This makes it ideal for new installations and perfect for replacing most existing showers. Connecting to the water supply is quick and easy thanks to the swivel water inlet. This allows water connections from the left or from the right to easily match with existing plumbing. The T80Z Fast Fit also has the unique swing fit terminal block for left or right hand electric connections. The swing fit terminal block comes pre-fitted to the left-hand side of the T80Z Fast Fit. To move it to the right, just unscrew the retaining screw. Then swing the terminal block over to the right-hand side of the unit and fit it into position. Tighten the retaining screw to complete the changeover, quick and easy. Whichever side you connect to, there is a corresponding earth terminal, either on the left or on the right. Just simply use the required one. Multiple entry positions allow an easy route to these connections. The T80Z Fast Fit has 8 water entry positions. There are also 6 cable entry positions. You'll also find top pipe entry trims on the back plate, one on the top left and one on the top right. Both can be removed without tools. There are 2 adjacent cutouts for electric cable entry, one on the left and one on the right. The bottom trim plate can be removed to allow greater access and has cutouts for water entry from the left side or right side. And it also has cutouts for water or cable entry from the bottom left or bottom right. Then there's the filter. It can be easily removed if it becomes blocked or for cleaning to maintain the performance of your shower. For minimum disruption to your tiling, the footprint of the T80Z provides good coverage of existing fixing holes. And in the case of older T80 models, the T80Z Fast Fit can even use the existing fixing holes. The kit is versatile too. It has a top bracket which can be adjusted up or down, in some cases to use existing fixing holes. To make things even easier, a fitting template is supplied for when existing pipework or electrical cable connections are not available or need to be moved. Now, not only is the T80Z Fast Fit packed with installation-friendly features, it has all the great operating features you would expect from the T80Z range too. There are 2 easy-to-grip controls, one for temperature and flow, and one for power, which has 3 settings. Cold for rinsing, half power for economy heat, or full power for when the incoming water is colder. The Start-Stop button illuminates to indicate clearly that there is power to the shower. One press starts and stops the shower while retaining the last use power and temperature settings. If the incoming water pressure drops too low, the red indicator will warn the user and the heating elements will be switched off. How about choice? The T80Z Fast Fit is available in white chrome in power ratings of 7.5, 8.5, 9.5 or 10.5 kilowatt, or an 8.5 kilowatt eco version with a 6 litre per minute flow limiter. It comes complete with a matching adjustable shower kit and a 3-pattern shower head with rub clean nozzles to make cleaning easier. The T80Z Fast Fit is also available in a classic all chrome finish with a stylish chrome kit and 3-pattern rub clean shower head to complete the look. Power options of 8.5, 9.5 and 10.5 kilowatt are available in this finish. So that's it. The T80Z Fast Fit means a quick, easy and hassle-free installation every time. It combines high-quality design and performance, and it has multiple entry positions with water and electric connections on the left or the right. The T80Z Fast Fit is the ultimate replacement shower. Whatever you're looking for in an electric shower, TRITON T80Z models can satisfy pretty much all requirements. If you're interested in a compact and discreet electric shower, then take a look at the T80Z Slimline video. Or, if you're after a family-safe electric shower with thermostatic temperature control, then watch our T80Z thermostatic video. Watch these videos to find out more.